बढ़िया. हाँ जी प्रोफेसर साहब, बढ़िया. You came right in time.
Okay.
We will discuss about the event on 27.
Right.
Very time. बैठिए. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Hello Professor साहब.
Yes, sir.
Marconomy Foundation is celebrating, and people have received the invitation,
Right.
and myself, you have honored me for co-chairing the session.
Yeah.
The queries which people are addressing to me, कि बाबा साहब, what are the flagship points of this event? What for people should come? They know that finance is a rare and dear commodity.
Correct.
But then what shall attract them that they should come in big numbers, and what agenda they should bring to the home so that they can benefit from that?
Yeah. See, one of the things is we need to understand that this is a very exclusive forum.
Right.
Because we are focused on the area called Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. There are abstract goals like hunger, poverty, gender equity, and there are business cases which are very clear, which is like electricity, water. For example, SDG 7 is basically on the renewable energy, green energy access, right? That is access to affordable, clean and green and renewable energy.
Right.
That is the SDG 7. Same way, water and sanitation comes in SDG 6.
Right.
Infrastructure goes to SDG 9. Climate impact goes to SDG 11.
Right.
So when you look at the entire 17 goals, there are 5 goals which are definite
Right.
transformation for the world. Now, no banking system or the
Right.
current economy
Right.
is not oriented towards this cause.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So this is the purpose of this entire function.
Right. But then
Introduce the people to this.
this concept. But then, as we know, whenever anybody needs a money, he simply goes to a banker.
Yeah, this is,
What
this is the common system.
Exactly right.
See, what is happening, bankers are like any other sahukars or money lenders.
Right.
A money lender's game is to how to maximize profit while lending.
Yes. Right.
And most of the times they are using your money and my money only.
Exactly right.
So this is first we must understand, Amari bank, whatever is going into the bank, our deposits, our this thing, are ending up in the borrowings to even the large capitalists,
Right.
large enterprises and all.
Right.
So basically people's savings are literally being used for economic progress.
Right. Right.
But this model, people themselves are not receiving returns.
right.
For their own deposits, they are only receiving, let's say, 6% in India.
Right.
In America, maybe it's half of it.
Right.
So slowly and steadily, our bank deposits are not fetching.
Right.
Now we are telling people go and invest and take risk in stock market.
Yes. Right.
But this whole model has to change in a different direction.
Right.
Like development financing has to be separated from the bank financing.
Okay.
This is the fundamental.
Right. But
See, like buying a car and taking a loan is different.
Right.
Buying a house and taking a loan is different. But making a bridge
yes.
and
right.
loan for it, making an airport, loan for it.
Right.
So if this is loaded onto public,
Yeah.
you can imagine public is going to go.
I was coming on that.
Hanji.
Do you have any categories of infrastructure projects or categories of some limitations that who can come and who cannot come, or who can get or who cannot get?
See, one of the things is interesting. While we are thinking of IT, we are thinking of AI and all. I'm giving the good news.
Right.
There is no end to the old economy called the brick and mortar.
Okay. Right.
So this fund is clearly focused on brick and mortar.
Right.
Because when I bring a brick and when I make a bridge, I employ much more people than doing the IT.
Right. Right.
If I make a solar plant or park, I deploy and employ more people than I can imagine going to an Mickey Mouse business of only artificial intelligence.
Right. Right.
So this is the balancing act also. The fund is a balancing act to ensure that the world economy progresses in the real way. Unless we bring infrastructure of renewable energy, unless we bring infrastructure of more bridges,
Right.
more airports,
Right.
more ports,
Ah.
and more access to people like transport access,
Right.
access to logistics for farm sector.
Right.
That the farmer, whatever he is producing, should reach the plate
Okay.
of the consumer.
Right. Right.
All of this will be linked to SDG fund.
And what about global funding, global participation, Is it restricted to India or some other countries?
See, the fund is agnostic.
Right.
It can go to all the 200 countries.
Right.
And this has come because it is a challenge to the current model,
Right.
which is driven by bilateral and multilateral system. That
okay.
means government to government only.
Good, right.
Still, we have not come to people, enterprise to enterprise.
Right, right.
So what this forum is doing, it's talking about the people to people, enterprise to enterprise, and also enterprise to government and government to enterprise.
Okay, right.
So this is the dynamic shift
Right.
that we are talking.
Good. And if I look at your recent itinerary of travel, you have spent good time in Bhutan.
For sure.
What took you there, and what is the way forward from Bhutan? Do you find any linkages in this event there with them?
Direct linkage.
Okay.
See, actually Bhutan is probably the only real established carbon negative economy of the world.
Good. Right.
That means, see, 70% of the country is under forest cover.
Right.
But that will not remain.
That will not.
It may become 10% less.
Right.
But their whole challenge is how do they make leapfrog development
Okay.
from just being a 3 billion economy to some 30 or 40 billion.
Right. Right.
They have to do through not an organic growth but an inorganic method.
Right. Right.
So one of the ideas is the Galefu mindfulness city that is coming.
Okay.
But that may be taking a longer period. But
Right.
what about the current economy of Bhutan? The biggest umbilical cord is its linkage with India.
Okay.
That means electricity now, India is very much dependent on the electricity being produced in Bhutan.
Right.
Because we have northeastern states who have hydropower. Bhutan has hydropower.
Okay.
And it's a carbon negative economy.
Right.
And in the grid of Bhutan, there is not a single ounce of carbon energy flowing.
Okay. Right.
So this means we need to deal with this country, and it's the first qualified economy in the world to be aligned to the funding which we are calling as alternative investment, innovative investment for inclusion funding / financing.
Okay.
AIIF.
Right.
So this summit is called AIIF 2025.
2020.
That is alternative innovative investment for inclusion.
Good. Great.
And this is linked directly to Bhutan. And we are none other than Om Phubzam, my dear friend since 2008,
Oh.
the topmost businesswoman of Bhutan,
Yes.
and
Right.
amongst the top 5 enterprises of Bhutan.
Okay.
Self-made businesswoman.
All right.
She is going to be chief guest.
Oh, fantastic. And she is the same lady who have done enough turnaround
Yes.
of in hospitality business somewhere.
Yes.
She's the same.
She's almost everywhere. She's in the hospitality.
Yeah, right.
She's in infrastructure. She's
Good.
in hydropower development.
Right.
She wants to enter solar.
Right.
She's also very keen on other infrastructure like road building, bridges,
Okay.
all these areas.
I am from aviation. What about airports?
She is very happy to go there.
Yeah, right.
So, Bhutan is a small economy.
Right.
There's only one airport we know, Paro.
Right. Right.
So they need at least 4 or 5 airports.
Right.
So this is the best time for them to expand.
Right. Paro is one of the well-known
And
airports.
what we must tell the viewers,
Ah.
this Bhutan is, in terms of size, maybe small economy.
Right.
But it has minimum 5 known borders with India.
Oh, right.
I will tell you that.
Ah,
The border with Assam, border with Bengal is known.
okay.
But there are borders with Arunachal,
Ah,
borders with Sikkim,
right.
border with Meghalaya,
Right.
and unknown borders exist even with Nagaland.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So we must knowing that Bhutan has got several borders, and if you see geographically,
Right.
on top is Tibet, and just below that is sitting Bhutan like a buffer,
Okay.
and below is India.
All right.
So this whole approach is it's like a buffer state or buffer economy for India,
Right. Right.
and it is also wonderful that since they are landlocked,
Ah.
so we must unleash their animal spirit.
Oh, good.
It
Right.
is India's interest and India's duty
Ah.
to ensure Bhutan becomes bigger than Singapore, 10 times bigger than Singapore,
It will. It will.
and that should be the aim.
That should be the aim. Right. So I will come to the last question. Before that, I am seeing one very colorful brochure.
Yeah, this is our
Would you
brochure.
like to introduce that to our
Yeah.
viewers? Right.
So this is the summit we were talking about.
This is the summit we are
This
talking
is on
about.
the 27th
Ah.
Thursday, this coming Thursday, 27th
Good,
February at the IMC Chamber of Commerce
Right.
at the iconic Walchand Hirachand Hall,
Fantastic.
Churchgate, Mumbai.
Fantastic.
And we are together on that day.
Right. Thank you very much for your time.
And one more thing
Right.
before we go,
Ah.
we had made a Vizag declaration.
Oh, what is that?
This Vizag declaration was made at the 17th Inertia Awards in Visakhapatnam.
Okay. Good. Good.
This was a declaration, if you read it,
Ah.
it says
Post facto COP29 India Tech. Okay.
And this is the kunji or the small brief
Okay.
of the funding model, why it is born.
Oh, I see. Great.
And this 11 pages
Ah.
are like, this is like a mini granth
Good. Right.
that whether the government of India or whether the private sector should follow.
Good.
They'll
Right.
get all the reasons why we have come to this level
Right. Right.
and why we are conducting this summit on
Right.
27th.
Thank you very
Its
much.
background is 20th December
Yeah.
2024 Vizag Declaration.
Right. Thank you very much. Sitting with Professor Saab, always one becomes interactive, motivating, and to spend longer, make longer videos. I was thinking that we will make 5 minutes video, but then
We
it
show
is
this.
powering the future 2047. Yes, sir, exactly
what
right.
we are doing.
This is what exactly is the future, right? Good, sir. Thank you very much. And we are almost reaching the 10 minutes of video clips, and we are in a very great environment, the nature,
Absolute greenery.
right? And then thank
the way
you.
it should be.
Right. Thank you very much, and all the best in the event on 27th. And to all the viewers, we will see you on 27th February at Mumbai. Right. Thank you very much.